Well, welcome back, everybody. This is Sharon, which you already knew that already. I didn't have to tell you. And I got my two co-hosts with me today.
It's the one and only Jamal to do it all.
And the one and only TC that's always working.
That barely shows up.
Hey. Well, we got a video for you today. I mean, you know, they talk about race. There's no systematic racism. Systematic, whatever. It's all the same thing. And there is. Racism is alive and well in America.
Not just America, everywhere, but
we ain't worried about nowhere else. We talking about America.
You know, you gotta have the little commentary trolls gotta say something.
Well, yeah.
You gotta let them say what they say.
Yeah, that's true. But we talk about America now because this is where we live. So be careful if you black in America. Be careful how you call the police. Watch this video and you'll find out why I said that.
Is outraged over the killing of a black woman in Sangamon County.
Sonya Massey was shot on July 6th by a sheriff's deputy who responded to her 911 call. Well, that deputy is now facing criminal charges.
Our Tia Ewing is in studio with a developing story. Tia.
Well, Scott and Sylvia, this story is making national headlines going beyond this state. This shooting is leading to several protests in southern Illinois. Court documents released today detail the incidents that happened on July 6th, saying that the deputy shot 36-year-old Sonya Massey, who you see here, in her face during a tense moment over a pot of water in her home. The deputy has been identified as Sean Grayson. Prosecutors say after he shot Massey, he discouraged another deputy from getting a medical kit.
Look at it, getting shot over a pot of water.
A pot of water. Now, this lady, Sandra Massey, the one he shot, she called the police to come out because there was a prowler around her house. So she called the police to come out. So he came out along with his partner. And they came in the house, and she had a pot of water boiling on the stove. And this guy told her, well, why don't you take that pot of water off the stove so we won't have a fire while we, doing our investigation. She went over to the stove and picked up the pot of water to move it. And that's when he started yelling, put it down, put it down, put it down. And she dropped the pot, and she put up her hands and said, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. And he shot her in the face. And he didn't even have his body camera on. How about that? What you think about that, TC?
I mean, that's the worst part. You call for help, and as a professional, you don't have your body camera on. I mean,
he was up to no good.
He was up to no good no way anyway. That's why he had it off.
So he told her to go move. He probably turned it off when she walked over to the stove to turn off the pot of water. He had something in mind anyway.
And how burning a pot of water going to start a fire? All they ain't going to do is evaporate the water.
And boil over on the stove.
I mean, she wasn't thinking it. She would have thought she would have just turned the eye off. But, the man told her to do it.
And she the one to call for the help.
She called for the help because there was a prowler. And he ended up killing her instead.
Let's play some more.
From their vehicle. In a statement released this week, the Sangamon County State's Attorney says a review of body camera video doesn't support the use of deadly force. Governor J.B. Pritzker says he is grateful that charges have now been filed.
We've seen too much of this, where an innocent person, unarmed, who actually called for assistance, was the target and the victim of a shooting by a police officer. And it does not reflect on all police officers. This particular sheriff's deputy.
It reflects on the good majority of the crooked cops.
Yeah. I mean, this man was up to no good. He had his camera. Luckily, the officer that was with him had her camera on. Because if she hadn't had her camera on, he would have made up any kind of story he wanted to.
And then he tried to stop her from giving her first aid help.
I mean, why would you tell somebody to not help her? Because he knew if she lived, she would tell the truth. He already had a story making up in his mind what he gonna say. Oh, she tried to attack me. She tried to throw a pot of boiling water on me. You know that was gonna be his scenario.
Yeah,
What you think? What you think, TC?
That's exactly what it been is.
Yeah, we all know that was gonna happen, so I'm not surprised. It's sad that it's happened, but I'm not surprised.
I mean, this you gonna shoot you in her. She didn't call you to hurt you. She called you to come to help her, and then you gonna kill her. And she had children in the house. She had children.
And the children probably seen her get killed in front of her.
Well, it was kind of late it wasn't too late at night. She was boiling something on the stove. Hopefully her kids wasn't there.
I hope so.
I mean, you gonna shoot this woman down in her house for no apparent reason. I mean, you can't even be black in your own house.
That's a crime.
You can't be black nowhere.
I'm gonna tell you, with the police, especially people of this nature, as your skin color is already a crime.
Yeah.
So if they look for anything to get you on,
Yeah,
even if it's a ball of water. Even that lady in Texas got killed by the cop her gun wasn't even in her hand. You remember that lady some years back?
Yeah, well, you know that Air Force man, they did him the same way. He had the gun pointed towards the floor, and the guy shot him. The cop shot him.
Well, now it's a crime. Well, it's always been a crime.
You talking about that?
When the police came to the house in Texas, what was her name?
She had a door, but what was her name?
Oh, I forgot what her name was.
Well, now it's a crime it's always been a crime to be black in America.
Yeah. I mean, they look for any excuse to take you out. Any. Then they go come up with a lie. And he wanted her to die so she couldn't tell her side of the story. That's why he told the woman out there. And they said he didn't even lift a finger to help her. And he tried to tell his partner. His partner was a female. Thank God. I hope she was black too. And I'm glad she had her camera on, because that would have turned out to be a different story.
Yeah, that's true.
Now his old good for nothing racist butt is in jail. And I hope they don't give him a bond so he can get out.
I hope he dropped the soap.
Woo! Yeah. Well, no, he had to wait to get to prison for that kind of action.
No, it can happen in county.
Hey, mainly it's happening when you go to prison. I mean, it can happen. Granted, like you said, Jamal, it can happen. But you don't hear those stories that often today in prison.
And you might take this the wrong way, but I hope he get whatever coming his way. I hope. I mean, if he don't get justice out here, karma, where the world call it karma, I call it consequences. You will reap what you sow. You think you go kill that woman for nothing and get away with it? Oh no!
You see what happened to Derek Chauvin in prison.
But that devil wouldn't die. Got stabbed 22 times, and the devil is still alive.
Seriously stabbed and still stayed alive.
But
I mean, those consequences usually turn out bad on you on the opposite end when you in prison. Once you was an officer, you get in prison, that's gonna be a different ball game.
Yeah, well, you see what happened to Jeffrey Dahmer eating all them black people. Then he went to jail and he got his just reward. But this, I mean, you can't do this. I mean, why would you do this to this woman? You had no reason. You were not provoked.
Medical kit.
You had no reason to do this. I mean, look at him. I mean, what does it look like? He's about what's that? 260? About 260 pounds?
I want to say 260, probably about 230, 240.
It look like a big man. And he gonna be scared of a pot of water. Oh, I'm gonna melt. I'm gonna burn.
Oh, the cat, he don't like to get wet. I'd have made a nursery rhyme.
What?
Like, cat don't want to
Get wet.
Oh.
That you Dr. Seuss over here?
Dr. Seuss. I mean, but why are you gonna be scared of a pot of water?
I mean, you should have just told her turn the stove off.
It was premeditated.
I mean, how could that be? I don't know why they.
Well, after the fact, it is premeditated.
You think he had something going on in his head? You want to kill somebody?
Something.
See,
You think maybe he knew her in a way?
Who
Who
knows?
knows? See, what they need to do, instead of just 6 weeks at the academy, you need to take a psych evaluation.
Well, they said they give him one,
Nah, they don't give a thorough one.
but I think you need more than what?
6 weeks.
You need more.
26
You need at
26
least.
weeks in the academy.
You need at least a year.
Well, some places it's 6
Yeah.
weeks.
You need at least a year. I mean, everybody else has to go to school longer. So why you just get to go 6 weeks and everybody else got to go some years? Why?
That's a good question.
And 26 weeks is still not enough.
No, it's not.
No, I think 26 weeks you're on a probation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's 6 weeks in the academy.
And then it all depends who they partnering you with. They partner you with old redneck racist cop, and he gonna tell you all this crazy stuff, and you gonna do what he said because he's the one who have to well, not promote him, but he gotta say
You
whether
gotta sign off on your training.
yeah. So if you ride around with this old hateful cop all day and tell you, man, I hate them coons. They get on my nerves. I hate them. I try to just get one every chance I get. Then you go to get that in your head. You already thinking that way anyway. Then you go to get that in your head and you go to do that.
That's true. See, there's the problem with training is not being trained right. Training is not being done right.
But
when the trainer ain't right,
you know it still it doesn't matter how much you train if you got this evilness in your heart. I don't care how many. I don't care how long you go to school. Because there are doctors who hate the treat black people. They will let you die. Just like I saw this video of a firefighter. He was old and dying, and he had a bedside confession about when he was a cop, and he would go if he went to a house that was on fire and black people was in it, he would turn around and leave out of the house and wouldn't save them.
Wow.
So it don't matter how much you train if you got this evilness in your heart.
And you got the wrong person as a trainer, that's gonna rub off on you.
this is already in his nature.
Yeah.
That's what it is. When it's already in your nature,
I don't care how much training you got.
it don't matter who they partner you with. This is already part of you.
Yes, it's part of you. And if you're with a trainer that's talking like that, you go, oh, I got a buddy here.
I can do the same as he do.
Yeah, I can show my true colors. So that's what it's in their heart. It's evilness in their heart, and
The badge just give you authority.
the badge and the gun.
The badge, gun, pepper spray, that gives you the authority to do what you want to do. Because now you think you're above the law.
Yes.
See, people like that, in high school, they were punks in high school. Now they get some authority. They want to be bad.
And, and it goes back. Now I get people that, oh, she go play the race card. Yes, I am.
This is part of the race card.
Yes, I'm gonna play the card. I'm gonna play the card. You can't. It's illegal to hang people now. So instead of hanging them, they shooting them. And they don't know how they be beating you right on the ground. Stop resisting, stop resisting. They on top of you, about 5 of them on top of you, putting handcuffs on, and they hollering, stop resisting, stop resisting.
Right? You can't resist. There's 5 of them on top of you beating me.
And just like old Derek Chauvin does, stop resisting. You choking the life out of the man. Of course I'm gonna move. Of course I'm gonna struggle.
The whole point of the story here is, if you're afraid of a pot of water and you're a police officer, this is not the job for you.
And if you're afraid to die,
Yeah.
this is not the job
This is
for
not what you
you
sign up for. How you inferior your life when you got the gun,
You got the
you
gun.
got the taser.
Yeah, and you got this with the baton, and you got about 5 other cops with you, and you still gonna be scared?
All right. If you should not be a police officer, you should not be a public servant, really. That's what it is.
If you scared of the public, don't work in the public.
Don't be trying to throw put your opinion on the public about law. You scared of.
That's why I know people like that should be sitting in front of the computer. If you scared to deal with people.
Right.
He need to be working in lawn care.
Lord,
I wouldn't even trust him to cut my grass.
You want to trust him cut your grass?
he might kill my grass. He might spray some Roundup out there.
Might put the blade on you.
Like that. What's that movie where the guy killed the guy
Sling
with
blade.
the
Sling
sling
blade.
blade? Killed the guy with the lawnmower blade.
So I reckon I'm calling 911 for what? Because I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. After I eat this biscuit,
Monster biscuit.
I'm gonna kill you. And this idiot sit there until he finished eating the biscuit. But anyway, bro, I'm sorry, I got off track. Back to the story. I mean, look at you. If you scared of a pot of water, I mean, you know, she was in the kitchen, you were in the living room. If she started charging at you with a pot of water, then maybe.
Yeah, I can see that.
But that water is not gonna go from the kitchen to the living room. By the time it did, it ain't gonna be that hot.
Right, yep.
And what idiot gonna throw a pot of boiling water at a cop anyway, and you can call them to your house? They in your house.
And he looked like he part of the good old boy network.
Yeah, the K, and the K.
It's a,
KKK.
That's a big boy. He look like he got to be about 6'3", 6'4".
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. I thought he about 6'3" and 280 pounds. That's what I was thinking.
no, 280 is too much.
He look like he might be about 250.
250.
Yeah. Because, you know, he's hot. He got his height.
Yeah. Oh yeah, yeah. And you go shoot somebody in the face. I mean, why didn't you pull out your taser?
You could have done that, yeah. The mace.
I mean, why didn't you do that? I mean, she wasn't close enough for him for the mace. But why didn't he pull out his taser if he was that scared? Why you gonna go for the kill? And the woman to call you asking you to come help her. Then you go to kill her?
Then go turn off his video camera. That shows
He
wasn't
didn't have it on.
That shows he wasn't serious about doing an investigation. He was looking for a black person to kill.
No,
I was gonna say the other word, but I'm gonna leave it alone.
Yeah, don't say that. And he found her, and thank God he had a partner with him. Because if he had come alone,
It would have been a different narrative.
it would have been a different story.
And then he ain't have body camera on. That's breaking policy anyway.
Yeah, but he would have got away with that with a slap on the wrist.
Yeah, he would have.
But if he had come to her house alone, he would have made that lie and said and he probably would have threw the water on the floor. He would have fixed the scene up.
Yeah. Not only does Illinois have crooked politicians, look like it got the home of the most crooked cops.
Well, what can you say?
Ain't nothing too much you can really say about this.
That's why I said at the first, be careful how you a black person and you call the police. Because it turns out the other way around when they get there.
And by the way, we got this from Fox 32 Chicago News. Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
That's why, have you some protection at home. If somebody kick your door in, take care of yourself, then call the popo.
See, I would tell you what TC would do, but I don't think I should say that.
But say it in a nice way.
No, I don't think I should say that. So I'm not going to say it, but I don't call police. I don't even deal with police. If something need to be handled, it get handled the way it get handled. That's how about it.
Yeah, that sounds better.
It's best not to, because especially if you're black. It's best. I mean, people use the Caucasian women had used the police to be their killer for a long time. All the in the past, all the white women had to do is say, "Oh, he looked at me." Bam, bam, and bam, you gone.
He's 6 foot tall and black.
Yeah, I just said he's black, and they'll be there in a minute. And I don't understand this. I don't understand how he thought he could kill this woman and get away with it.
It's probably not the first time he did something like this and
I
got
wouldn't
away
doubt
with
it. I wouldn't doubt it. I will not doubt it. I mean, because you don't go from nothing to this for your first time, would you?
I wonder what those tattoos on his arm stand for.
K and K and K.
One of them is covered up. You can barely see that one.
He got flowers around the K and the K and the K. The KKK is under there. He just got it fixed up so you can't tell.
Hey, killerninja.com.
Oh, wow. I mean, I hate that. This poor woman had children, and now her children's lives is going to be in jeopardy. Because, who going to take care of them? And nobody going to love your kids the way you do. And nobody going to treat your kids the way you do. I mean, her mother may, but what happens if her mother dies?
That's true.
Where the kids going to get split up, and they never going to have their mother. They're never going to have their mother in their lives. That's going to devastate a whole new generation of people.
Yeah, it is, and like I said, the father don't care about everything. He ain't in the picture.
No.
And like
Well,
I said,
maybe he'll step up.
maybe the aunts and uncles will step up.
But a lot of times they separate the kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You go there, you go there.
With
Yeah.
that uncle and they go to different states. So they never get to grow up around each
That's
other.
right. So you just destroyed a generation by doing what you did. That hate and that evilness in this man's eyes, this snake, this devil, who went in there and wiped out a innocent woman. Maybe she should have took on this prowler by herself.
You would think so. But I believe we said all we had to say.
Well, folks, you go down there, you like our video, and go just slide on over and subscribe. And hit that little notification button so you know every time we drop a video. And leave us a comment. What you think? What do you think about this? I mean, this is the second black woman I know that got killed by a cop just coming and shooting them. I almost called that woman's name I hate I can't think of her name. The young black woman, she's in the house playing video games with her nephew, and she thought she saw somebody, and she just came to the kitchen window and looked out and got blown away.
Tragic.
But like I said, leave us a comment what you think about this, and be careful out there. Be careful.
And watch out for Billy Bob Thornton. All right, till next time.
We out.